What's going on, guys? John here from John's Fishing Channel. Thanks for tuning in. Got a special episode of fishing for you today. We're spring largemouth fishing in San Diego, California, with my buddy Jeff, who's just parked his truck. He'll be out here in a second. We are on Lower Lake Otay today, and hopefully we'll be pulling in some largemouth. Fishing with my buddy Jeff here. He's gracious enough to take me out. He's just setting me up with a drop shot and a rubber worm, and we're fishing next to some what are those called?
Toolies.
Toolies. And what we're going to do is basically take the rubber worm, throw it up to the toolies, just kind of slowly retrieve it, and hopefully some fish will come along and bite it. Alright, so we're in place. I'm using a drop shot, he's using a Texas rig. We're kind of coming around this little point here, fishing the toolies, a couple sticks. Looks like really good water. It's relatively shallow right here. We're currently looking for fish beds, largemouth, you know, like this kind of spawn, and a little bit more sandy, gravelish, or sandy, I guess, gravelish? I don't think that's a word. Sandy, gravel bottom areas where they can push dirt around and sand around and make a nice little nest. But on the flip side of that, you can also kind of fish in 6 to 8 feet of water, which is right off the side of the boat this way, what Jeff was kind of talking about. The bass will sit kind of, you know, 10, 15 feet away from the bed in deeper water, and then they'll come through and kind of clear off anything, predators, food, anything like that. They like to have a clean bed. It's kind of like their biggest weakness in life. I have a messy bed, they have a clean bed. That's where we differ. Alright, so Jeff just kind of pulled up on a fish bed here, and we found a little largemouth that's on the nest, and he's kind of really into our baits. I was trying to catch him on a worm, but I couldn't quite get him to take the bait in his mouth. He was chewing on it. You know, we were irritating him a little bit. But Jeff's got him. Hopefully he can get him with that Texas rig. And the fish is only in about 2-3 feet of water. Literally right there at the end of his line.
Set the hook, reel it in.
Alright, look at that.
And just swing it on.
Whew, that's not a bad fish for...
No, not for your first one.
Oh man, look at that.
You got it? You need some help?
Got a lime brook. Wow. Well, that was... At least the hook was in him.
So he's been caught before because you can see the hole.
The line broke.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So it's good that we got him. Well, that's a beautiful...
What we can do is we take that golden ruler down there and see what he measures out. I don't have the batteries for the scale.
13.
Yeah, so he'd be a keeper. He's about a pound.
You want to keep him, or?
It's up to you. I toss him back.
Yeah, I'm pretty much fishing release.
Yeah.
I'll keep a couple of fish occasionally to eat, a trout or some panfish, but in my experience, I've had one bass and it didn't taste that great, so it's... Jeff just pulled in the second fish of the day. Nice little largemouth. We're kind of just sitting on a bed, and he's fishing for a couple minutes, and he got it to bite.
Yeah.
Texas rig. Alright, so we just finished up at the first spot, caught 2 fish, had a couple more bites, so we're going to mow around back across the lake to another spot. I don't know if you can see the fish bed down there, but everywhere all along here are fish beds pushed right up against these toolies, so Jeff's onto a fish up here. And this is a prime example of a place where you can catch a bass where you might not necessarily think you're going to catch a bass. You know, we're kind of backed up right to where the toolies into this little inlet. Yeah, but there's fish, you know, in here everywhere. I forgot the GoPro. I know you guys are gonna complain that I don't have the GoPro. If I did, I could actually just dip it right in here and we could see this whole thing transpiring. But you can see the fish, very, very clear water. And when he's flaring at the lure, puffing at it, as Jeff is saying, he's got his nose down at it. You know, he's pushing water through his gills, trying to push that lure off the bed. You know, they'll suck it in, they'll spit it out. They're doing everything they can to get it away from their bed where the eggs are going to be, because they want to protect those from predators. Like that, ladies and gentlemen. What a fish. A little nicer one?
Definitely a keeper.
Yeah. Not that we're actually going to keep him, but every time Jeff refers to a keeper as a keeper, he's a tournament fisherman. So what they do is they take all their fish, they have the legal requirements for size and stuff like that, and they can keep a certain amount of fish. And they put those fish in the live well, they go to the weigh-in, and the combined weight of all their fish are going to be their total weight for the tournament. So whoever has the most weight, you know,
5 fish.
And 5 fish wins. So, you know, the bigger, obviously, the fish, you know, the better the chance you have to win, but So, but after the tournament is over, they release all of the fish when they're done, which, you know, is a great way to create sustainable sport fishing. All right, guys, we got the third fish of the day. We're sitting on a bed messing with this fish for about 20-25 minutes, and he finally bit.
That's the
Fourth fish of the day. Oh my God, this is a record-shattering day for John's Fishing Channel in Southern California. All right, guys, so we got fish number 5 here. You know, over a pound, under 2 pounds, but nice little fish. Probably, I would say, just maybe on the borderline of keeper, not keeper, but you know, we catching them all just kind of right down in here. And he actually, like, I just watched him swim right back down to his bed where we just pulled him off. And there's a couple more fish just kind of scattered out through here. And Jeff was basically saying that, you know, like they were getting ready to bed up last week, and you know, they're on their beds. So we're finding beds. We're kind of casting around, fishing on them a little bit. You know, seeing if there's a fish nearby, and if he is nearby, seeing if he's responding to our bait or not, or if he's just swimming away and getting pushed off the nest. It's an easy way to tell. You know, if you're gonna catch the fish, like I'm actually watching a fish kind of turn on his bait right now, and if they come and they turn and they look at it, there's a good chance that you're gonna hook them and catch them. But if they just decide to swim away and kind of get away from the boat and not really show interest and not come back for a while, there's a chance you're probably not gonna catch them. But so far, we've pretty much coaxed every fish that we've found into biting, which has been awesome. Nice. Jeff got another fish. He wants to stay in the boat. Put me in the live well. It's a nice little largemouth.
Yeah, probably be a keeper.
Yeah.
Count it on my phone.
Just a great day of fishing. Whew. All right, it's starting to get warm out. Jeff's on another fish on a bed. It's actually pretty interesting. The beds are pushed right up against these tules, so a lot of the bass there, you know, are just kind of hanging out right up against the tules. They're either face towards us or away from us. You know, but we're dropping the bait kind of right on top of them and hooking them. You have a fishing channel, right, Jeff?
I do.
And it's what is it?
bcbaits.com.
bcbaits.com. And is that on YouTube too? BC Baits?
Yep.
And of course, I'll put all the annotations and links in the description so you guys can check it out. But he throws up fishing videos. And he actually was making his own baits at one point in time. Plastic baits, that's what BC Baits is. So it's kind of a jack of all trades, if you will. Or a Jeff of all trades.
Turn a hobby into a little extra cash.
That's right. It's all, I think that's very important, is to do in life what you're passionate about. Yeah, I like to make people laugh. People have been laughing at me my entire life. I finally figured out a way to get paid for it. But, you know, I love gaming. I love fishing. So I'll start a fishing channel, start a gaming channel, start a soccer channel, start a football channel, start a pinball channel. If you love something, you know, get into it. Make YouTube videos about it. There's people out there that'll watch. All right, guys, so we've been out here for, I don't know, a couple hours anyways. And, you know, fish pretty much started down right where you can see that boat motor and kind of round around this bay into this area. We've seen a couple pretty good sized fish, you know, 2-3 pounds, nothing, you know, extravagantly big, but decent, awesome fish. We were just on a fish for about, I don't know, 35 minutes trying to pull him out, and I hooked him, got him out of the water, and then he came off, so he ended up, he was pretty much done biting. We had a couple more up here. This is just some fantastic looking water. It's a nice sandy bottom, you know, it's backed up to a gradual drop off out there, so there could be fish all over in here. Yeah, a nice 2-pound fish right here. Just pulled it off a bed. I guess today, you know, we're technically bed fishing and sight fishing. We're looking for the fish. We're seeking them out visually, and then we're doing everything in our power to catch them. And so far, it's kind of been, you get them fired up with the crayfish rig, and then I come in with a worm, and they tend to pick that up and throw it out, and then we hook them that way. All right, well, I had a fantastic day out fishing largemouth with Jeff down here on Lake Otay. Is that right?
Otay.
Otay, O-T-A-Y. It's lower Otay, right? And it was a fantastic day of fishing. Caught a lot of fish. Saw a lot more fish than we didn't catch. Lost a couple. Jeff actually had a really good bite, and it just kind of came along and snapped his lure right off. So it would have been nice to see that fish. You know, I got one that was 3 pounds, which was unbelievably awesome. So just like to thank Jeff for taking me out fishing in his boat here. It's you know, it was a little bit of drive down here, but this has been a fabulous experience for me, and it was well worth it. So I'm very grateful of Jeff and everybody else out there who makes fishing videos and has a boat and, you know, is all about the YouTube fishing community. So keep it up, guys. Why don't you give us a thumbs up? Make sure you check out Jeff's channel. bcbaits.com is his website, and YouTube/BCBaits is his YouTube channel. And click on the link in the description below. And we'll see you guys next week with more fishing from me, John, from John's Fishing Channel.